Hey guys, welcome to the Divine Council. As always, I am your host Jameson, and also as always we have
I'm
that
sorry.
idiot came on, and me mate, whatever his name is, Astronite.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while since we did a recording. How we been? I know Worlds just happened. I wasn't there, but yeah, how are we feeling about stuff? What's going on?
Not a lot, really.
I
You
don't.
guys been good?
Yeah.
Just been chilling, really, since you've been gone.
Yes,
You've
Brief.
been
definitely.
gone.
Yeah. uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, you've been gone to a convention of some kind, so we
yeah,
just chilled out, started making dinosaur card games just for shits and giggles, and
yeah,
that's it,
yeah.
really.
I remember.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
know
when
we
that was
spoke about
I
it a
left,
lot,
actually.
but I think the fatigue of the set has really kicked in. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
want to. I want to play Elestrals, but I don't want to play Elestrals because I feel like if I play now, I'm going to overdo it, and then when
Yeah.
Sunstrike comes out, I'm going to be worn out.
Well, we've still got another
So
Well, and the thing is that
more, is it
yeah,
what, 2 months until the
2 months.
even comes out?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
about a month and a half actually. I think it's mid-May that we're
I think
looking
that's
at.
pre-releases is
Coming out.
mid-May, possibly.
Yeah, pre-releases in midway, which is when 90% of people are going to get their stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so then the actual release is towards the end of May, I want to say. And then but we're all just going to be just burned out on it by then anyway. So I
Yeah.
haven't been playing Elestrals a lot lately because of I don't want to lose my love of the game, which is teetering on a fence edge. It could go either way.
That's it. I think forcing
Um,
yourself to play it is going to do more harm than having a break.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's
definitely.
why you guys doing your design work for your card games that you're working on. Plus, I'm doing design work for the card game I'm working on. Because both of you are doing dinosaur games, which inspired me to try and look at something else for myself. And so I have a card game that is now multi-factional. It's like somewhere in the middle between you two guys' designs, but that's gonna be a lot of fun to explore in the future. But as far as Elestrals are concerned, we just had a Worlds as well this last weekend, right? While I was away, and I heard that there was some interesting things happening with that particular event.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure
it
on,
was
so
it was eventful, as you I suppose.
sure.
Not much was shown of the entire like venue area and
Yeah.
where they were played. Like there was nobody went round showing the live stream for the people that didn't go. Um, all we've
Or like
got
the people that
is
are doing side events.
Just
Is
witness
that
yeah,
what you're
like
saying?
spectator.
Okay.
all we've got is pictures of what other people have taken, and I don't think there's that many pictures of what other
I've
people.
honestly, I've not seen many. I've seen
I've seen one.
obviously the cards.
I
Yeah.
think that's it, and
Yeah.
Hmm.
there was an Awakened booth to play the newest version of Awakened. There was obviously a vendor that was apparently selling things for an extremely high price for some of the full arts. We're also selling like just normal products, and I know A Drive did. Well, I think it was day two. Everything was 50% off, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
base set, Frostfall, everything just flying off the
Everything
shelves.
up to Sunstrike.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
they were actually selling Sunstrike or not. We'd have to ask somebody.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know what they was doing with
Um,
Sunstrike because I was under the impression there wasn't going to be a lot of it, but everybody seems to have got a fair amount of it.
well, I think it
yeah,
was
So
given away as prize support or something like that as part of a part of the giveaway. Like you show up, you get your badge, you get a pack or something along those lines. Is what I was understanding of it. I understand he's also not selling Sunstrike at Worlds, so the only way to get it is through gameplay or whatever.
yeah. There were
Um,
side events where the prizing was given out and like a prize wall, whatever that's meant to mean, um,
mm,
to gain packs and booster boxes of the stuff. Uh,
sure.
in the opening, A Drive was apparently throwing packs at people. We said in a voice chat, I just wait for someone
yeah.
to go like, "Ah, my eye," and then just sue the shit out of Elestrals. It would have been hilarious if that
Yeah.
happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just suing for everything he's worth. But it is
That's by Elestrals.
nobody was blinded by the throwing of packs, which to be honest, was probably a big mistake, just in case about liability. But
Yeah,
I think he did say at one point,
insurance.
we have got liability insurance, haven't we? As he was
Yeah,
throwing the packs, which was very funny.
yeah,
But yeah, people seem to open quite a lot of the products. From what people have said, the cards look quite nice. The hollows look nice and all that sort of shenanigans. But we'll just have to wait and see. People were, I believe, now it's not confirmed, but we were told from a secondary source that at least 2 people were thrown out of the venue for being kind of aggressive.
Oh, well, that's new.
It was, from what they said, it was to do with the Luma Veil card. Don't know why, don't know what it was about. I'd have to ask the person again when he's got a better internet connection.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was amusing to hear that people have been thrown out. I thought like maybe like cheating or stealing some, the usual things that you would have at like an event. But apparently this was just loud arguing or something along those lines.
well, if that's the case, several people should have been thrown out of live events a long time ago. But hey,
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed to go smoothly though compared to some of the other open events.
You say smoothly, I mean...
Yeah, but we didn't see anything either though. Like I said, we only saw the games.
Yeah.
The games played, the commentators. I
That's the
just feel like
thing,
there's a
though.
big opportunity missed from Elestrals. I think they should have had someone walking around, showing off, like I said, the prize wall, side events. There's plenty of stuff to show off there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's not the main
I
event,
sat down like before we started, and because I'm extremely sad and geeky, I worked out how much downtime there was. Like the Be Right Back screen, the thing that most people hated of the stream. And it's funny because day one, over 17% of the stream was the Be Right Back screen.
Yep.
And it averaged at about 8 minutes of the Be Right Back screen was shown. Day two, it was 10% or 11%, which is still quite a lot of downtime for the entire stream. And that doesn't include, this isn't just like not showing gameplay. This is like any time that Be Right Back screen was shown. So I didn't include things like the interview or the deck analysis, anything like that. That was classed as gameplay, as it were. And it's quite bad when you've got that amount of downtime just looping the same 10-15 second video over and over again.
Yeah, the downtime itself is bad enough, but when it's the same video, which is lasting, like I said, 15-20 seconds, it's so much worse. But it's not like they don't have footage to show. You've got stuff from other opens. I know day one was a little bit harder if they wanted to show world stuff, but day two, you could show stuff from, obviously, day one. You've got premier events online. It's not hard to make highlight reels. Best plays, people opening packs. There's plenty.
They could have even just shown their own, like the Sunstrike reveals video. Just put that in
just play that video.
Just have it at the top, like the Be Right Back event and the round timer. A bit like what Pokemon does. Like, I mean, Pokemon has the Be Right Back screen and has a timer saying the round timer, but they have a guy that walks around. Yeah, I know the budget is a bit different between Pokemon and Elestrals, but all you need is a guy with a phone. That's basically it. Yeah. Or I suppose 2 guys, because you've got one guy to hold the phone, one guy to do the interview, and that's it. And you just walk around, talk to people, show the tables, show people playing, show the events, show the wall, the store, the venue. There's loads you could do just to fill up that time, rather than people sat listening, or well, sometimes even not listening to the Elestrals music, because it would, depending on how long the Be Right Back screen was, the music would end, and then there wasn't queued up another song. So it would be 3 minutes of music, and then all of a sudden cuts out complete quiet for like another 5 minutes. It's crazy.
So I still firmly held belief that it should have been held in more of a convention style system. Whether it was an actual convention or if it actually just mirrored that. Foot traffic is huge when it comes to games like this, and it just sounds like that with the side events and everything, you could have just had, open to the general public as well, to walk in and go, hey, this looks pretty cool. Tell me some more about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, or just had it the doors open for, just in general for foot traffic, like, or, um, have more people, to be able to come and just do side events or whatever,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be there
Yeah.
to cheer on their mates and stuff. It's
Well,
like,
that's it. I think there was only what 81, 82 people actually taking part.
Yeah,
I
there
think
was 82 people were in the actual Worlds event,
yeah,
and I can't remember who said it, but I think someone said that 11 people from the last
yeah. I'm gonna
chance
say 11.
qualifier
Yeah.
made it into the actual Worlds event. So there
Yeah,
would have
right.
been like 71 people total
Yeah.
playing, which is slightly more than a live stream premiere, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there should be room. I know I don't know. Well, I don't know how big the room was because we didn't see it.
Yeah,
But
true.
surely there was enough room to open it up for more people. Like I said, to go and just watch.
I don't think that was the
Yeah.
issue. It's more of like they kind of restricted it to people, only people that had qualified can play, obviously. The last chance
Yeah.
qualifier, I don't know if that was capped, but obviously they only had a certain amount of badges that you would be able to sell. And the badges,
We just lost.
yeah, we lost game and it's fine. And the badges themselves are just
But
expensive.
yeah,
Like,
Right.
you're looking at what was it, $250 or something?
yeah,
just
it's a weird
to
one
play?
because if you've got the money for it, it's worth it because you get your money back obviously through product.
hmm
But if you don't have that money in the first place, it's
Yeah.
really expensive.
I think a spectator badge just to watch was like $50, but you didn't get anything. Like you didn't get any
Yeah,
product.
and that's unfortunate, because a spectator badge should give you at least something, whether it's a pack, a pin,
Mm.
something small. It doesn't have to be expensive, and if you've already written off the amount of packs and boxes and all that stuff, if you've already written all that off as giveaways, yeah, just, have the spectators get something out of it for just showing up,
Yeah.
and I'll also have, just, a sticker machine connected to a computer right there, have some blank badges, and just like, oh, what's your name? Oh, okay, great. That'll be whatever for a day, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say
Mhm.
25, right? That's somebody who just walked in off the street into the room and said, hey, I want to know a little bit more about what you're doing here. Oh yeah, great. Let me tell you about it. Oh, you want to see more? Oh, that'll be $25 for a
Yeah.
day pass.
We
Okay, great. Slap a sticker on there. Off you go.
Yeah, it makes sense to run these like store opens and stuff like that at, well, mainly like Worlds and stuff. Maybe not store opens, but
Yeah.
like Worlds, maybe Dallas and Kissimmee could have been done at a card convention. Like they're doing it at Card Party. That was the latest announcement. They're doing
Right.
3 of the Card Party events, which is hosted by
It's
Deep
Pocket
Pocket Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's a really big Pokemon like YouTuber. He does lots of challenge videos to like collect sets of Pokemon, like all base set, for example, in a day. Really, really good videos, really high quality videos, and Card Party is massive. So that is like one of the perfect places to do something massive for Elestrals, because I think they are running a tournament there for Elestrals at Card Party, but I believe he said it's capped to like 64 players.
Yeah, 64. I think I remember him saying.
Yeah, so that's
Probably
really,
because
really
they have a
limiting.
large space.
Yeah.
Because if people go, like, from the community, yeah, that's good. People go into it, having fun.
Why is my camera dying?
Because
What is it
you keep
doing?
twisting your thing, that's why. I'm just going to keep
That's
talking anyway,
mine.
just ignore you.
Yeah.
But yeah, people go into Cat Party. If it's the players of the community that go, then that's going to take up the slots for people that like will turn up and be like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm going to buy a starter deck and play in this tournament. Unless
Right.
they just do a tournament for like it's a starter deck tournament sort of thing, which would be interesting. That'd be different for one,
Is what I would do.
and it would get new players
Yeah.
in. Like sell a starter deck to
Yeah.
them, like fucking
I think we need
20% off.
I honestly think we do need a flush of new players. I
Yeah.
honestly think that
Mm.
right now we're getting some new players, which is great. Welcome. We're glad you're here. But we're also losing a lot of players because of various factors that we've talked about before. But I think one of the things that's a huge opportunity for getting players invested in your game and wanting to play your game is to go to a convention and host a major tournament. I know from going to Gen Con and Origins and whatnot that host these huge tournaments, right? Magic alone pulls down almost 300 to 400 people just for the qualifiers, right?
Mm.
That's the okay, or because Gen Con and Origins both run Thursday through Sunday, right? So Thursday and Friday are your grinders, your Swiss, your let's get you qualified for Worlds. If you are not already qualified for Worlds, if you get into the top X of these Swiss, then you've got to go and do a quarterfinal one, and grind down to the top 16, for example, right?
Mm.
But that's hundreds of people playing. And if you don't familiar with it, and you hear all of, you see all this hype and all these people over there and the announcements and all that fun stuff, grabs your attention. You're like, what's going on over there? Let me go check that out. I
Yeah.
want to see what's
Yeah.
going on there. And the FOMO is real in regards to that. So if you host an Elestrals event at a convention, right, like Origins, Gen Con, I think there's a couple in North Texas. There's some on the East Coast, like there's PAX Unplugged at the end of the year. There's the regular PAX video game shows.
Mm.
There's any convention you can name, right? It's if they're large enough and you run your event, people are going to get interested in what you're doing. And I think one of the major missteps here with Elestrals was keeping them private, right?
Yeah.
We're doing an open in Kissimmee. We're doing open in Dallas. Everybody's welcome. Great. But you don't have the foot traffic of a convention, of people there to play a game
Yeah.
and go, wait a minute, what is going on over here? Or a huge banner on the vendors hall floor, right? Where it's like, Elestrals, and
Yeah.
you go and you check out the booth and it's like all the stuff you could possibly want is there. And all of that stuff, all the hype and everything around it. It's great the hype we have. It's great that we have Dallas. It's great we had Kissimmee. It's great we have Worlds in Vegas. It's great we have all these things, right? But without the quote unquote foot traffic, I don't think it's going to grow that much.
Yeah.
Look what happened when he went to what was the place out in Philly that they did a couple years ago. That they did a bunch of stuff at and people were just flocking in from everywhere to try and find out what's going on. It was like a convention of some sort. I just can't remember the name of it.
I don't know. We're not
Yeah.
Americans, so we ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philly?
Well,
What's that?
but
It's just a state.
That cheese, yeah. McDonald's do a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
That's about as
Great,
Philly
yeah.
as we get.
No, but there was an event that he did early. I want to say he did it right after Base Set came out. Base Set and Frostball.
Yeah, I remember him going to one because I remember Jay Johnny standing up and shouting something at him.
Yeah. So that event right there, right, and all of the people that came in because they were just there, and they're like, wait a minute, wonder what's going on over here with this thing here. And they showed up and they're like, hey, well, I want to know more about this game. That's where a lot of the community came from at that time. Since then, it's dropped off. I can see it. I mean, the numbers are just not there. We see a lot of the same people in the tournaments.
Well, that's
We
it.
see
You
a
look
lot
at the
of
people
same
who took
people
part in
community.
Worlds, and this is taking nothing away from them because obviously they've qualified for Worlds. But it's the
Yeah.
same people at Worlds who play in the Premier events.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what I said, wasn't it? It's like, it's just an easier version of a Premier because there's less people. And people argue, oh, well, less people don't mean it's easier. But the fact is, like, if you're playing a deck, you could get just randomly taken out by some rando with their favorite deck that's just happens to be the absolute perfect counter to your deck.
Yep.
Like, it's just crazy. Like, that stuff can happen. But if you're playing in the Worlds, it's slightly easier because you know people are going to be on meta stuff, so you can sort of plan for it. I mean, what was it, like? Nearly 20% of all the decks in the room were fish. Another 20% was like the Lions and Solar.
I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Shurit. It might not have been, but they ended up playing 4 or 5 fish or Solar matches in a row. And it's like if you've tested and built a deck to counter that, you're
You're gonna
flying.
do well.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
flying.
Well, in the live stream one that I came second in, but yeah, I'm going to throw that out again.
Yeah,
I didn't play against
yeah,
any
just throw it
fish
in the bin.
matchups.
Just throw it
Yeah.
out. Just throw it in the bin.
Yeah,
It's done.
yeah, I didn't play any fish. Like, not a single matchup until the top 8.
Yep.
Like, before that, it was a mixture of Solar, Hermes, stuff like that. So, it was actually quite diverse for me, but there were some people who went against, like, 3 fish in a row.
Right.
Which is crazy. But then Worlds is basically everybody was on fish. Or Solar. Both broken decks. Was it Solar that won? Probably.
Solar
Yeah.
one, yeah. Yeah.
Which one was Solar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Solar is obviously non-target in removal. Very, very good.
Yep.
Obviously very, very good. Like, the Nova Core just requires an answer. It's like what we said when it was first announced. Nova Core and Heal if in one deck would be insane.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
both require
Very true.
Gorgon's Gaze to stop
Yeah.
whatever they're doing. Which is just...
Right.
And you've only got 3 Gorgons. Like, even the newer cards in Sunstrike don't stop them because they're on cast effects.
Yeah. But we saw Trish, I can't remember who he played. It might have been semi-final or final. I think it was a semi-final. He swung Lumaru over a fish, milled double Gorgons.
Yeah.
And it's like, from there, if he sees Nova Core, what are the chances of his opponent having the 3rd Gorgons?
Yeah. And even then, like, stuff like Dense Fog doesn't work against on-cast effects, which...
Yep.
It's just cards with on-cast effects that destroy or return to hand are just insanely broken. Because you have no response to be able to stop their effect. And it's silly. That's the only annoying thing.
Well, yeah. I think we all have some really good points on this. I think that Worlds could have been better,
Yeah.
but it's what we got.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's been a lot of missed opportunities throughout the life cycle of Elestrals.
Yeah, like
but-
one thing that I'd brought up, I believe it was back in November, possibly, or October. I said in the ambassador chat about a card event that was happening in February in the UK. It was for stores to go and like vendor their wares and stuff like that, like get their name out there. And I said to Zero, I think, or just in general to the ambassadors, why don't we just have Elestrals be represented as a table on their own? It was relatively cheap. It was like 45 quid per table, which isn't that expensive. All the ambassadors, all the UK ambassadors, all 10 of us or so, would have gone and helped out. The only thing that we really need, we'll take our own cards and just show them off, or have people playing games and people could come look. The only thing that we would need is like one of them big.
You guys could have split the cost on that £5 a piece, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And like we could have had one of them big, tall, bloody stands that like Pokemon have that announce the set in the game and things like that.
Yeah.
But they just said no, they don't want to focus on that, which is a bit of a missed opportunity because there's another one that's coming up September, I believe, as well. Which is another opportunity
in the UK.
Yeah, without distribution, we're screwed. The entirety of Europe is screwed.
Yeah, but even with distribution, there is no UK scene. There's us, there's our locals, which is probably 60-70% of UK players. You've then got the couple down south, Evo Vamp and Cosmo, who are both good players. They both went to Worlds. And then outside of that, there's just a handful of players.
There's a couple in Wales. There's one Isle of Wight.
Yeah, but
me and Mike were talking about it. It was like we were discussing the stores that exist in the UK that actually run events, and we can only find 4.
Yeah.
Isle of Wight, Sheffield, Firestorm Games in Wales, and the London store.
Yeah.
That's not many that actually host events on the events page of Elestral's Play Network.
Well, see, and then that's what brings me up to this next point of, if you don't support your LGSs, especially outside of North America, you're not going to get a foothold because
It's not even
um,
just that though. There's nothing in the UK for people to find Elestrals. Apart
well,
from
that's what
us
I'm
doing
saying.
demo days and someone looking on Facebook and being like, "Oh, what's Elestrals?" But nobody's going to do that.
But we can't even really
Right.
host demo days because stores don't want to
Yeah,
risk doing anything with it because they'd
yeah,
either have to pay customs charges, which I'm pretty sure, like Hat has said that they don't have to pay custom charges; that they'll cover it.
yeah. They'll cover
But
that. Yeah,
the stores don't want to risk it, and a lot of stores, like the ones that I've spoken to, don't want to. In their words, risk risk their money on a Kickstarter game, but then a month later they say that they're stocking Altered, which was definitely a Kickstarter game. So they kind of like contradict themselves, and
Well,
it's
but
just
at
weird.
the
And
end of
now
the
with no distribution, it's harder for them to get the product in if they wanted to pick the game up anyway. So
yeah,
right.
either way, it's sort of like a bit of a lose-lose situation right now.
Right. No, but what I'm saying though is I was going back to the original point. All of that aside, right? No LGS support, which is including all of those things that you guys have said,
Mm.
right? But also the fact that, like you just said, the vendor days, right? Where it's like, getting a bunch of LGSs together,
yeah,
and or distributors or whatever it is, and hawking your wares in a communal group, right? To
Mm.
get more people interested in what you're doing and how that is. That's a missed opportunity, like you said. But there's more to it than that. It's like um, utilize your ambassadors more, utilize your resources more, because if it's not in the United States, it doesn't seem like he cares, right? Um, and that's sad because we've got a huge market in Australia, a huge market in Europe, we got a huge market in North America and part of South America. I mean, but yet not taking advantage of anything that's outside of the United States and growing that community, right? Because it was like, oh, well, we want you ambassadors to do more outside of America. So we're going to do this special thing for you, whatever that special thing is, right? To entice you to do more, or maybe just to entice the LGS to do more. It's like, oh, if you guys want to do more, you want to have bigger events or whatever, we'll cover double the costs of customs, right? We'll give you money to do it, or whatever it takes to get that. But the biggest thing I think that really screws them up is that they don't take advantage of the opportunities that they have, which is um, utilizing the tools that are already there, right? Or the tools that present themselves, like you were just saying that that group thing,
Mm.
or just opening the doors of worlds to anybody that wants to come in and spectate off the street. That's perfectly fine. I think limiting everything to a specific thing, like all the opens and worlds. It's like saying you can only have this many people here. Let's limit it to this. No, that's wrong. You
Uh,
you, you want to open it up. You want to welcome everybody in. And if you start backing away and saying, "No, we only want the people here that paid to be here," but
yeah,
why?
you do, but then you want to open it, but then it's ends up being a fire hazard sort of thing. So I think
Oh
that's
no, I
why it kind of
understand
gets limited. Like Dallas was limited to like 128 or whatever,
something
not
like that. Yeah.
including spectators, because obviously you can't have 500 people cramped into a
yeah.
small room because it's just
Well,
a hazard and it's not good, obviously.
but then
Uh,
you look at the Kissimmee footage and you see that room is barely
oh,
barely even occupied. There was hardly anybody there,
yeah.
all except for the people that were actually playing. So it's like not even spectators were there. It's like
Mm,
you saw there was the streaming booth, the streaming area, there was the play area, there was the vendor area, whatever, and then the rest of the room, which was huge.
yeah. I think
So
that's
yeah,
probably another reason why they didn't like walk around with a camera to show how much empty space there may have been.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. I
it
mean,
would
because you're
make
paying for
it
that
look
space.
really really bad if they did that, and it's like walking for a minute straight of just nothing. It would look really, really bad.
And the thing is that, but my next question then is, what do they have to hide if they're not showing us everything, right? What is it you're trying to hide? Because, yeah, you have opening ceremonies, you have a Dan throwing packs at people, we have, all these fun things happening. You got Penguin, Shady Penguin, expounding about Awakened and all that stuff, right? All this stuff happening at opening ceremonies. Oh, balls. Um, and that's taking up all that space. That's where all those chairs and stuff come from. But then after that, there's nothing. It's like, oh, we have just the stream and some snippets that we put up. But beyond that, no, we're not going to show you anything about what's happening. You need to be here.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what it basically. It's like you need to know people that are already there to be able to get information.
Yeah.
Like we had Sean. Sean was there. He was wearing one of my Galaxy t-shirts, but we never saw him on stream.
Yeah, awesome.
Unfortunately, I did tell him to photobomb the stream, but he didn't. Unfortunately, and he said it was good. Like the side events were lots of side events. Awaken looked really, really good, like the new version of it. The vendor and all that malarkey. And he said it was pretty good. And it was worth him going. But we didn't, as a viewer, like outside of Vegas, we didn't know. We didn't get to see any of it. We saw the main stage. We saw the table that they were playing on. We saw the commentators and a few chairs in front of the stage. But we didn't get to walk around, see where they were doing Awakened, see what the vendors had. None of that.
Right.
I mean, obviously we wouldn't be able to interact with any of it, being through a live stream. But we could have still seen it. They could have talked to people like, how are you finding it? Are you enjoying the venue? Are you enjoying your time here? What have you done? And then just finish off with the usual, what's your favorite Celestial bullshit?
Yeah.
But none of that happened. So I'm hoping, but I doubt it, the next time they do a live in-person event, they do this sort of stuff. It
would be nice.
Honestly, it don't take much. It's 2 guys and a phone. That's all you need. 2 guys and a phone. The worst porno ever, but
Well, see, you can get them little clip-on mics now. You don't need
them little mics are like fucking $20. You just chuck them on your collar and
get a
off you
little
go.
Bluetooth mic.
Yeah,
get a Bluetooth mic, clip it on your shirt.
Yeah,
and or hold it in your hand so you could just
and then you just do like how people do webcam games with their phones.
Yep.
You get an app that can connect to a PC through Wi-Fi, and boom, there you go. You're connected to the stream. So you have a camera guy just walking around going, there's this, or all the people playing games, people giving thumbs up and all that good stuff, the usual.
Right, and then we could do interviews and just,
Exactly.
like man on the street interviews. You could do that sort of stuff. Yeah, see, because the thing of it is that, all right, what it is right now, in my opinion, with Worlds is FOMO. Everybody that didn't get to go has FOMO. We have the fear of missing out because we don't know what happened. We know what the tournament happened. We just don't know what the rest of it was. Yeah. And it's like, why not share that? Why keep it secret? Why keep it hidden behind whatever? It's like, what's keep it hidden behind a Pantera? Why? Why are we blocking that out? Why are we gatekeeping that information?
Because I don't think it was done on purpose, though. Like, I think it's just,
I don't think it was purposeful.
They either didn't think of it, or they just, it's a few things. Like, they didn't think of it, couldn't be bothered, effort to set up, or they just couldn't technically do it somehow. There's a myriad of different things that it could have been, like. Yeah. But people, by day 2, we're getting sick of that be right back screen. Like I say, 10% on day 2, 17% of the stream was the be right back screen, and it was painful. Like, we were just getting bored of the stream by the end of round 2 and day 1, because there was next to nothing to watch. Like, we had the stream on our second monitors, but we weren't really. It wasn't enticing enough to stay there because it was just day one, it was the be right back, round whatever starting soon, and then just flashing different renders of the Elestrals. Nothing exciting. But then day two, they did have something exciting, in air quotes, of a 10 to 15-second video of people putting a card down, or a screen of Awakened, or something like that. Like, why not just have those videos, but expand them a bit more? Like, people playing the side events, like, walk around watching people play the side events, talk to people, stuff like that. It would have been nice and interact with more people and more players and the crowd. Like, someone that's spectating, like, oh, who are you here for, sort of thing. Like, you see someone with a spectator badge, like, is your husband playing? Is your wife playing? Is your daughter, for example? Whatever. Like, just talk to the people. Like, the community is what's important.
Yep.
So just talk to the community when you're there.
Yeah, the man on the street interviews are amazing. They go a long way to fomenting the community and is showing that you care about the community, right? It's just like saying, hey, we care enough. We want to ask you questions. We want to talk to you. We want to hear your thoughts, right? So you do a man on the street interview. It was like, well, how are you finding it right now? So like all those questions you asked. And then at the end, it was like, oh, yeah, and while we're at it, what's your favorite Elestral or your favorite rune or what's your favorite card?
Yeah, it don't even need to be a full interview. It's just little questions like that.
Yeah. It's like, here we are at Worlds and we're just talking to people, and it's like so and so just got done playing in a side event. How did you find the side event? What did you like about it? And what's your favorite card? Whatever.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Just simple questions, quick little 5-minute thing, and you're off to the next thing,
Yeah. Well, the next one's
throw it back to you in the studio. Throw it back to you in the studio, okay? You take it away, or MBT, I'm throwing it back to you, guy. So
like I say, like the next events are going to be card party. Don't know if they're going to be streamed. I'd highly doubt it.
See, I think that's a missed opportunity.
It would be. It would be a massive missed opportunity.
I've never seen one. Obviously, I know it's Deep Pocket Monster.
Oh yeah, it's massive. Apparently.
Does he go to the events as well?
Who?
I don't even know
Deep
where
Pocket
it is.
Monster.
Yeah.
He's the one that hosts
right.
it. There's videos of him stood on the main stage, like ripping open a base set booster pack, for example.
So to me, he's probably friends with Dan, coming from the Pokemon scene.
Possibly, yeah.
Get him on board. Just do a video with him.
Yeah, give him a starter deck,
and
both of them play a starter deck. A-Drive versus Pat.
Because people will go and watch that in person as well. That'll get people
100%. 100%. That would be one of the things to do. Get Pat involved, like to just play a game of it and see what he thinks of the artwork, stuff like that, and just even have like a little impromptu interview with A-Drive. Like Pat and A-Drive both sat down talking to each other about just Elestrals in general, like asking Pat, what do you think of it? Like, chuck him some cards and be like, what do you think of this? Like, this is a Stellar, this is 1 out of 99 serialized, for example. See what he thinks to it. Like, I mean, just get his opinion. You could,
would get around.
because then they could both post that video on their own respective channels, or like if Pat's got a B channel that he puts like vlog stuff on, which I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
That would be. It would get the word out for Elestrals a bit more, because he's going to be at Car Party, like A-Drive is, but people might just walk past it and just not pay any attention to it. Hopefully not, but you never know. But
well, where's that located?
there's going to be 3 events. One in Dallas.
Let me see.
I can't remember what it was. I've got it on my phone somewhere, but I can't remember.
We've got San Diego, Dallas, and
Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. Ladigon. Fort Ladigon.
I made up place in America.
So 3 places that nobody really wants to go, but he's going to force them to go there anyway.
Well, we're all on different dates as well, so and just Electral's being there though, could be good. Like it gets it out a bit more.
Sure.
Speaking of events and things of the like, they have changed a few things.
Okay.
like
Oh, for the
upcoming.
premieres. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what, but like store regionals in air quotes
Yeah.
are now no longer called store regionals. Are they store
They are. So I've got the
store
thing.
championships?
Yeah.
Or is it store open?
It is a store celebration.
That's set celebrate. That's something different in it.
That's a set one. We're getting confused here.
Yeah. Well, either way, they took out the regional wording for it because it made it sound bigger than what it actually is, which is definitely going to help with
Yeah,
stores.
store championship. There you go.
Yeah. So there you go. Store championships.
Yeah.
They've been changed from store regionals. You get qualifier points for winning, which is the same as what it was before, I believe. And you get
it's still
promos
5
for
points.
participating. So you know them gem promos for like for the new tournament packs.
Oh yeah, the tournament 5 packs are going to be all done back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the new win gin for taking part, and then
Mhm.
if you win, you get the tourna gin.
Yes. Yeah, and they both look pretty good. I'll put them on screen.
Yeah,
somewhere.
you also get the playmat as well, which is the Sulfiore, I believe.
Is it?
Or is that something different?
No, it's the Dragulus. No, that's for something else.
No, that's the set celebrations. There might not actually be a playmat. Looking at this,
There is.
So there's
something. It's really it's complicated.
Yeah.
The divine favor system is going to be broken as fuck again.
Yeah.
Because the way it works before was you turn up to an LGS playing an event, you would get an amount of store favor, but it was never capped or limited. And this used to be the case like back in base set Frostfall, where just the store you go to could just host event after event after event. So if there's only 2 of you that turned up to the event, straight away afterwards they could just host another event. So you would just stack divine favor like insanely quick.
Yeah, you was getting big points as well for winning.
Yeah, you would get like 100 points for winning or something like that.
And at the time, there wasn't many stores either, so it was one of them. If you had a store, you was guaranteed a case of a set.
Yeah, a case. Some of the promos like the gold stamp, golden fleece, for example. And it was highly stacked to playing in LGS, playing at an LGS compared to playing in a Premier, because you get like 5 points for a win, then like 50 points or something for coming first. If there's only 2 of you, you just keep win trading between the 2 of you. So one person comes first, they get 55 points. The person that came second gets 5, and then you just swap it around. Like, now it's your turn to win, so you're going to get the 55 points, I'll get the 5. And then you're both on the same amount of points then. And you just keep doing that over and over again, every day, until the season ends. Yeah, and now it's more of an incentive, because they're going to be handing out special promos. Like Dionysus Madness, like the marble border, but 2 different styles of the marble border, for example. And I believe like the people that are the highest, that have the most divine favors, are going to get like special mats and stuff like that sent out, and extra promos for just playing and having high divine favor. It's ridiculous.
Top 32 gets a gold foil, which is similar to what they did before anyway. Just not obviously the other ones were a stamp. This is a foil. And then for season 5, anybody with 1600 points gets you the Dionysus Madness and the normal foil. But that sounds easy, but I've gone to so many locals, and when I check my divine favor, I'm at like nothing.
It's because it depends on how they do, how the event is set up. Like if it's not set up with the right tag sort of thing, like between league and cup or whatever it is, I don't know. You don't get your points or your caster coins or stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, now they've got this whole new system, right, with the new setup. So maybe your divine favor will be actually accurately tracked now. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's still going to be one of them systems that's going to be broken. Like I did a video on it whenever it was first shown, of how people can manipulate the system And I was told that, oh, that's never going to happen. And then people were doing it and manipulating the system. Because there were people with like 5,000 divine favor.
Oh, it wasn't close. The
No,
top
it
three
was
were
not. Like,
miles.
the top
Yeah.
3 to 4 had over 5,000 divine favor. And then, like, the next ones down had like 1,000 at most. So the difference between them was insane because they just had event after event after event piggybacking off each other just to be able to gain these points because you would get a case, you would get a shitload of promos, and then you just split the product between you all.
Well, that's it. But between that store, they must have had. Well, how long was the season? A couple of months. They must have had 2 cases of product easy between
At least, at minimum.
like per season. Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And I think it's just going to be just as bad now with this new way of doing it. Because it's going to be silly.
Yep. And then we've also
It
seen
sounds
the
like
new cards for Premier events. The Celestial.
Ah, yeah, the new champion top 16 card. Yeah, so you might want to play in an event, Jameson, because they've got the Unferial. Reverse
Yeah, they
Stellar,
still want the
Marble
Unferial.
Border, Unferial for top 16.
How do you
I don't
feel
know if
about
that's
getting a
true.
playmat as well for these?
If I was to play every single event and get top 16, I'm going to be drowning in playmats.
This is what I mean. So the cards are nice, and the playmats are really nice. I like having the playmats. But for your top 16 is pretty much the same plays every time. The market is just going to be flooded with these playmats.
I wouldn't mind it if, like, you get your playmat and then you can opt to have either a playmat or something else, like an extra couple of premier packs instead.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have, like, if I was to play every single one and top 16 every single one. So I know that's not necessarily going to happen. But let's say I top 16 8. I don't want 8 playmats.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do with 8 playmats? I only use one at a time. What am I going to do? Well, actually, I need a new carpet, so I suppose that would be. Yeah, I just have to top 16, and I'll take your top 16 ones as well, and I'll have a new carpet of Elestral playmats.
But then this thing goes back. This is just a pet peeve of mine. I don't like people having stuff which they haven't won. So the amount of people who are then going to buy these playmats and be like, "Oh, top 16 playmat," but they haven't finished top 16. It doesn't matter really, but to me, it's annoying.
It's like the store regionals, store regional, the one where you got the Gambit playmat.
Yeah, it is a store regional.
Yeah. If 3 people turned up to your store regional, it doesn't really show much that you won a regional.
So we had, I think it was 10 or 11 players in Sheffield for the store regional, which I won. And then you got people, you got people then doing a store regional with 2 players, and it's like they've got the same pricing as me.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's annoying.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I would love the Imperial stuff from Sunstrike, I can't bring myself to do it.
I mean,
if
I would send you a
play
top
it.
16 card if I got more than one. Like, I'd only ever want, like, maybe a playset at most. I'm never going to get the champ card. I might get close. I doubt it, but I'll just throw again. It's fine.
If I go to an LGS here near me, I might be able to do very well and get up there and get into the top and get the.
Well, these are online premieres for the Onferial.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you have a scorekeeper, man. Yeah.
I mean, I can afford it, but I'm not going to.
We'll send you one anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sure.
Another annoying thing about promo cards is we discussed about Card Party. There is going to be 3 full art Luma veils that you can only get at Card Party.
Yep. This is annoying because I asked for this. So I don't know if you've seen some of the artwork that people do for like your Pokemon stuff. So they like extend the artwork. So there's a Feebas, which I've got up there, which I'm not going to grab because I don't have pants on. Because you'll see something you don't want to see. but there's an artwork where people have got the Feebas and the Milotic in like an actual frame, and someone's done an artwork connecting the both. And I always asked Elestrals to do this, and people was always like, "Oh, well, you've got the spirits, you've got this, you've got that." But I'm like, no, I don't want it like that. I want it so the full art's work, and this does do it.
Because these are borderless, so they don't have any border whatsoever. They're full arts, and they all the artworks connect to each other into one full artwork. Cool. But you're only going to get them at Card Party, and there's going to be probably a limited amount at Card Party.
Yeah.
And I can see these going for at least 500.
Oh, these are gonna be
500
ridiculous.
each,
Yeah.
just because of the
Just-
limited availability.
Yeah. So you get these for taking part in the tournaments, which is 64.
Mm.
How does Card Party work getting into it? Is there going to be guaranteed 64 people who want to play Elestrals?
Card Party, you buy a ticket to go to Card Party, I believe.
Right. So there's a chance only a handful of people who want to play Elestrals will get in.
Possibly, yeah.
Right. So yeah, these cards are going to be expensive.
I can see that, yeah, definitely.
I'm okay with card images, and I can just put them up on our third-party software, and we can play it that way.
Unless they do
This
the
was-
lazy thing, which they normally do, and just use the same artwork. They just get rid of the Card Party badge.
Yeah, because it's like,
Yeah.
like a little gold stamp thing.
Yeah, so I wouldn't put it past them releasing these cards again somewhere else.
I wouldn't mind that, though, because then
I
at least you've
wouldn't,
got
because
that artwork
yeah,
available.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem with, like, limited artwork availability. It's kind of annoying. In some aspects, especially like that, where it's not easily accessible to people, and there's only going to be a limited amount. Because, like, let's say they only make 64 of each to give out to the people that play in a tournament at Card Party. That's very, very few people that are going to have a full play set of all three.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Maybe
Look
even
out
no
on eBay.
people.
Write the date down of Card Party. Look on eBay. You might get someone who's entered the tournament just testing Elestrals out and thinking,
Yeah,
I'll make a quick. Yeah, I'll make a quick 20 quid here.
Yeah, possibly.
I think that's what I might do.
Yeah.
Snipe them all on eBay, just buy them all, and then scalp everybody.
Yeah. There was also the reverse Noxid.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember how you got that though.
So what they're doing is they're trying to reward people who go to LGSs, playing your locals. I believe you get this Noxid if you play 8 local events, and they just send one to your store for you to have.
Right. Okay.
I don't know how they're going to keep on track of that though. That's the problem.
I think it's something to do with the Divine Favor. Like, it'll calculate Divine Favor once you hit a threshold. They're like, okay, we're going to send you this. Possibly. I would assume so, because I believe you messaged me maybe saying something like, once you get to a certain threshold of Divine Favor, they're going to send you a card.
Yeah. So 800 points gets you a gem frame, so you must get 100 points per local. So as long as your LGS is setting the events up properly.
Yeah, which you've got to hope that your LGS do set these events up properly, because if they don't, then they're just going to screw you out of things.
Yep.
It would just suck a lot. Yeah.
I don't know. There's just so much going on right now.
Yeah, it's been crazy, the reveals. These reveals, it does the usual thing to me. I don't want to play Elestrals, they reveal all this stuff, and then I'm like, right, I want to get back into competitive play, which I haven't done really for over a year. And then I get back into it, and then I'm like, well, I'm so far behind now, I'm rubbish. I'll just go back to play casual.
Well, I mean, for live stream, I'm like you say, it's a long ass format. We're burnt out of it. We're bored. There's going to be a ban list soon. I think that was mentioned.
Yeah, it is. They said after Worlds.
Yeah, after Worlds.
It's a do they call it a temporary one or something? So it should go back.
Who knows? But
it's
still, we've got another 2 months until Sunstrike is in widely available for everybody.
A ban list is not the way to entice people to keep playing the game.
I asked this in the chat, and I was like, "Why is there a ban list?" And obviously, you got the usual people who straight away think you're talking negative about Elestrals, so they say something sarcastic. So one of the replies I got was because they can. Like, cheers, thank you. But then certain people did respond, and there was like, it's because there's 2 months of this format left. They're hoping to sort of freshen up the format by banning cards, limiting cards for like a temporary amount of time, and then going back to how it was when Sunstrike comes out.
See, they just need to. It's easier said than done, but for the next premiere, have it as starter decks only.
See, I was about to say this. I think what they should do now, Worlds has just been, so people aren't really gonna go try out in these premiere events. Just be like, oh, let's go back to base set only. or then go into, like I said, starter decks. You can only run starter decks. There's so
Yeah.
many different ways they could do to keep it interesting.
Yeah, just for these last 2 months,
Yep.
like, because we've got 2 more events until Sunstrike is available.
Yep.
So just do something different. Right? A starter deck
Yep.
only format would be nice, or a singleton format, or the Pauper one where it's like commons only, or anything that's had a
Yep.
common print in, you can only run those cards. Something like that
Or they could
would be amazing for online
our
Premier.
idea. They could steal our idea and do a fucking multiplayer. It's
Nah,
not hard.
They're not going to
Could
do
you
We're
that.
not
imagine
gonna
that'd take
do that,
forever? That'd be
but-
crazy.
Yeah. One that would
You
take
know-
forever, and they would never.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
not gonna
to be
do
fair,
that.
Sunstrike could come out by the time the final was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Be one
That's
hell of a
true.
stream.
Yeah,
But yeah, we've got a few things they could do, like to spice it up a bit for people. But
Yeah.
I think they're just going to stick with it's just going to be a
Yeah.
live stream premiere. We've got this new ban
Yeah.
list. Come play.
So this is the frustrating thing for me is they're not stuck. There's plenty of other stuff they can do. They just choose not to do it.
It's not even like it's logistically hard to do.
Yeah.
At all. Because every deck building website has a way to limit cards that are allowed.
Yep.
So as long as you know what things are going to be in a starter deck, you just build a starter deck list with whatever starter deck. Like, they're on the back of the boxes, for fuck's sake. It's not hard to read. Well, I guess if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, it might be hard to read the box and see what cards are in it. Because then you can see what starter decks are going to do really, really well. I'm sure the newer ones are going to do better than the older ones, definitely.
Yeah.
But did the Thunder starter deck come with a Spark It? I don't know. Imagine that. Spark It in somebody.
Yep.
Which is why like running a base set format would be nice, but not everybody's got base set cards. That's the problem with that one.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Something
There's a
different.
way around it.
something different would be nice for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I think I think there's a way around a lot of that stuff, and there's a lot of stuff you can do to freshen it up without a ban list. I totally agree with that.
Well, that's it. I don't know if a ban list actually does anything because you're still playing with the same old cards.
Yep, you're
Even
still
if
playing
it's
the same
just
cards,
temporary ban
still
lists
playing
as
the
well.
same
It's like, what's the
types
problem?
of decks. You know,
Yeah. The only thing
It's-
that's probably
yeah,
going to
it's
get hit is
changing.
maybe the Nova Core.
Yep. And fish. They'll do something with fish.
Maybe like
I don't
limit
think fish-
Aetheros.
Yeah.
Then
The fish is obviously really good, but I don't think it's broken.
no, it just gets
I
outed
think,
by cryoblasts and stuff like that easily.
Yeah.
Like you can only stop the Nova Core 3 times with Gorgon's Gaze. There's no on your opponent's turn to stop your stadium currently,
Yep.
right?
which
Yep.
that would help. Yeah, you've got Panda Box or Glimbat, but if they've just got stadium in hand anyway, it's like fuck you, or like, why bother? So, but I can see Nova Core getting hit definitely, or Glimbat, or maybe both. But yeah, it's banless is not going to make people want to come back right now.
No, it's not gonna make people happy enough to want to play because it, like you said, same environment. You know.
Yeah.
And it's and then that's just a sad fact of it's just because of the amount of time. You know, I do appreciate. I would normally appreciate. It's like if it wasn't Worlds this month, if it was just another 2 premieres, right, and then next month was Sunstrike.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. We know why it's not Sunstrike. It's because of the production delay, and that's fine. But and Worlds happen now. But we still have a whole other month after that to to play,
Yeah.
right? And
Like,
it's
wasn't the original plan that Sunstrike would be out for Worlds?
Yes.
well, it would be available at Worlds, and then it was going to be the pre-release was going to have the pre-release stuff would happen 2 weeks, 2 weeks into the next month. So then by mid-April, there would have been the pre-releases, and by the end of April, product would be out. But it got pushed back by a month because of the whole hollow paper, just
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then switching
they had
manufacturer
to
as
get the
well.
right paper. Yeah. Well, and that manufacturer already had all the thing, everything set up. They didn't have to set up anything new. They already had all the setups and everything. They just had to reactivate them. But the main problem was the hollow paper was wrong, and they had to get the right paper. Well, that takes time, and obviously, yeah, we got pushed back by a month. But the problem with pushing back a product that has a scheduled release, like a strict schedule release like this does, is exactly the problem we're having now.
Mm.
We got too much time to just veg on the existing format, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
How long has this
And
format been? It feels like it's been like a
since
year.
October.
October,
Yeah.
like start of October, is
Right,
when
that's why
live
it feels.
stream came out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so over 6 months.
Now.
Yeah.
We're 6 months into it now, and we have another 2 months to go before we actually, or at least another 2 months to go before we actually have product.
Not counting
So it'll be
base
8
set, it's the
months.
longest format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because that's also what's going to have a lot of reasons for people to just say no. I'm not coming back. I moved on to this other game. I'm not coming back to this.
Yeah,
one.
that is actually a really good point. Like, people are going to be like, well, I picked up another game because this set wasn't coming out quick enough. So now I'm not playing Elestrals. I've got rid of my stuff, or whatever it might be. But yeah, like, the delay is annoying. Can't be helped, I guess. But
I mean, you have your diehards, right? You have the people that play this and something else. So while they're waiting for this to come out, they'll play that something else. But there's also those people, like the casuals specifically, who are like, "Oh, no new product for me to buy. Well, let me go ahead and try this game over here and buy this product. Oh, now I'm hooked on that. I'm going to play that instead."
Well, I mean, like, we're getting Sunstrike in May, and I believe, I want to say June, maybe July. So 2 months afterwards, Pal World card game comes out, and I think people are going to want to play that as well. So keep an eye out for, like, and it's one of those months. I can't remember which one it is, but the very end of that month, like June or July, is when Pal World comes out, and I can guarantee there'll be like a drop in player base. Like, people will be playing the Pal World game instead of playing Elestrals, because it's basically, they're both knockoff Pokemon essentially, aren't they? In a way, like creature collecting shenanigans.
Yeah.
So I can see people getting,
I feel,
especially with how the Sunstrike format currently, as we've been testing, is being just, Moth is just really, really strong unless you are playing, like, specifically like Hermes list can outpace it in some ways. Maybe not outpace it, but outlast it. That seems to be like the only thing. Like, it's just another Locagon format, but just a different color now.
Yeah, it's another high-powered deck format.
Yeah, it's
out of a starter deck.
Yeah,
it's a starter deck.
Just
straight.
double starter deck, and you're basically good to go. Really, it's
buy 2 starters, boom, you're off to the races.
Yeah. I can see people being upset with the format because of it. Like, we're not particularly thrilled with it because of just how fast it can be. Like, the only real counter is burn, and you don't have much burn option now. The eruption's limited, so you're screwed.
Well, they took a lot of the burn out because of community. Well, the vocal minority who are competitive players are like, "I don't want burn. I don't want burn." Okay, you don't have burn, but everybody else that wants to play with it, that can out some of the things that you play competitively, needs it to be there, and you don't like it, so it's not there.
See, I actually think it's more of like, he wanted Stratomorph to be the best deck, a bit like how he said that he wanted Locagon to be the meta deck and to not change the cards.
Right.
I think he's done the same thing with Stratomorph, and be like, okay, Stratomorph usually ends on a board with only 6 spirits in a spirit deck. So a double eruption basically finishes them off with a swing over whatever they cast through the Stratomorph.
Well, that's it. There's always a small guy on board.
Yeah, there's always a small guy, so anything can beat over that small guy and deal that extra damage to finish off the game. So I think that might actually be the reason why Eruption was hit, as well as the vocal minority saying that they didn't like burn and all that rubbish.
Well, it's been people who have been complaining mostly about burn since the beginning. They didn't want
Oh
burn in it.
yeah, I
They
mean
didn't want
Jay
Gale in
Johnny,
there. They
I've
don't
made him
want
cry so many times with Eruption
yeah.
for game. Like it's on my
It's
list
and the
of
thing
things
is,
that I like.
the people that complain the most about it are the ones who are the least likely to be able to build a game plan to play around it.
Yeah, but
They just want
there's
to.
the counters. There's magnetic force field that
Yeah.
everybody forgets.
Yeah.
That just
There's one
Yep.
fire spirit.
yeah, add a fire spirit
Well,
to your
there's
board. It's
Yeah.
not hard to do
Yep.
to stop
Yep.
eruption.
It's not. Yep. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's like the people that complain the most about it are the ones who don't look for the outs to it because they don't want to play those outs because it messes with their math, or
Yeah.
it's not intuitive to them because they play a type of game which is throw down big monster win game.
Yeah. But like
And
the argument for like magnetic force field against an eruption deck, it would essentially burn your opponent for 4 because they're paying 2 spirits for eruption. You pay 1 for the magnetic force field, and then it burns for 2 through the force field's effect. So they essentially burn for 4. Yes, you would have to have multiple, and if they can search for multiple eruptions, I get it. You just like delaying it, but then that's 6 for 4. So you're still ahead in the spirit math there.
Yeah.
Or you could just have like a fire spirit as well on your Elestral.
On the board.
There's that too.
All you gotta do is have it on an Elestral. Yep, and you're only taking 1 from an eruption.
Exactly, but people don't want to play these outs.
It.
It's the same. It's like sort of the opposite sort of feeling of like people are side decking the poison nectar, the one that when your opponent draws, destroy it, and negate the draw, which is really only good against 2 decks.
Right.
But people still, Aetheros and the Chimera.
Chimera Morphos.
Yep. So that's one of the things. Yeah, it's one extra more deck that is more popular, I suppose. But the Magnetic Force Field wouldn't be a main deck card anyway. It would be a side deck card if you go against Burn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's Thunder also. So
yeah, and it's fun that if you're already running Rabbit, like it's not an issue.
Yeah.
You don't need to add any extra spirits.
Pay for it off the Rabbit or pay for it out of the Spirit deck if you have Thunder in the Spirit deck.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're golden. And the thing is, so that people were like, I don't want to run Change, it's too expensive. I don't want to run Change, it's too expensive. And now everybody's side decking Chains or main decking it because of all the search in the environment. Or all the counters that they have to try and get rid of, right? It's like, I'm going to go against you. No, you're not. I'm not going to allow that to happen. Or I'm gonna do this other counter. No, you're not. I'm gonna stop that. Whatever. But they complained about that since Space Set, or since Frostfall, I should say, because that's where it came out. And now it's like the best card in the environment. Yes, it had to get here, and yes, we had to have the search, the counter pool that was so detrimental that you had to run Chains of Prometheus. But at the end of the day, though, it's like I've been saying all along, it's a good card. You should run it. It's a good card. You should run it. And everybody's like, oh, it's too expensive. No, it doesn't do what I wanted to do. All right, here you are, 6 months into a format that it's essential that you run that or you get run over.
I think it's mainly because Frostfall formats, it was like you had like a 5-5-5-4 sort of split between spirits. So you didn't really have the space to put 2 fire spirits when you split your spirit deck up into so many different colours already. No. So I think that was the issue back with like Frostfall, Daybreak, Moonrise, because it was like very, very split spirit decks. Whereas now everything is near enough, very, very close to being a mono-type format, which is really good. I enjoy mono-type style of gameplay. Mm-hmm. You don't have to think about what spirit you're using. So chains can easily be splashed in. But it's the same thing with Pandora's Box as well. Pandora's Box used to be really, really bad because there wasn't enough cards that searched. And then Firestorm is when it really hit big. People were siding it in more. I main decked it, and it just come in handy. With my bears list, like a main deck Pandora's Box, people don't expect it, so it's like, oh shit, now I don't know what to do because you've just hit me with Pandora's Box.
Yep.
So
And not only did you stop them from searching, you removed resources off the top of their
yeah,
deck.
yeah. Sometimes it didn't matter, but if you hit a counter rune off of that mill or any mill, like with Lumaru,
Yeah.
that's big. That's really big because they can't add
Well,
it
I'm
back.
saying, like, even just milling off the top of their deck. Yeah, you're deck thinning. It's fine. You're doing that, whatever. But you're taking away resources, whether it was a good hit or a bad hit. They still don't have those cards,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, taking whatever you do take out of that deck is still going to hurt them in the long term. Like, say it's an
Unless it's
ambrosia, you
Venusaur.
only get two now, you know, or it's or it's a counter rune that they really need, or it's an Elestral that they were expecting to pull. It really screws over Fortel decks really hard because
Oh yeah, definitely.
you know, oh, I put that stuff on the top because I want that next. Oh well, no, you're no, just
They
get rid
used
of
to do
those
it with
cards.
me.
You know,
Yeah, I'd have Leo Bright on field. I'd be like, oh, first light, Celestleo on top, Leo Bright effect, Pandora's box, mill the Celestleo.
Yeah. And then you'd still hit
Yeah.
another Celestleo
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you would cheat and like
Yeah.
use like when you use 4 Avalanche in a deck.
I never did that. I had 4 in the deck. I didn't use 4.
Yeah, you did have 4 Avalanche in your Blue Strix deck, and
Yeah.
I did kept saying, how do you have these Avalanches in hand so
Yeah.
often? And you
Yeah,
played 3 in a row
Yeah.
and milled one
Yeah,
of them.
milled another
It's like,
one,
what the? You got 4, you cheating!
Yeah. I've still got the video saved.
Oh, have you still got it? Nice,
Yeah.
nice. But yeah, that
It happens though.
was
You know,
funny.
we all make mistakes. Obviously, when we're deck building and stuff, we don't pay.
It's like
Sometimes we just don't
Aaron at
pay attention.
Locals. I can't remember what he was playing. I think he was on Thunderstorm stuff. And we took a
Yeah.
card out of his deck. And as a joke, we were going, George, he's got 39 cards. So we went through his cards and he counted them, and he had 38. So he was actually playing with 39 cards.
Oh,
Oh dear. Well, you've done that with
So,
spirit decks. You've had 21 spirits before.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, I caught somebody running 42 cards. I think at one
Oh, you
point.
say 42 spirits.
No, that would be
No,
crazy.
42 cards in deck. Yeah.
See, 42
So-
cards makes it seem like more of a detriment, unless it's counter runes, I suppose, or draw cards. But
I'm not really sure. It could have been any number of things, or they were running less cards. It's like, and they still won. It's like, I was actually playing against a guy recently. Had 17 spirits in the spirit deck and still won the game. So
that wasn't me,
Yeah.
was it? Because I did that recently as well.
yeah,
Oh.
no, it wasn't you. It was
Oh, I was
somebody
gonna
else.
say.
But you know,
So I played a Foster
but
Cell
that's,
deck, and I had I realized after I'd done the gameplay, recorded the gameplay, and then was doing like the deck profile. I only had 18 spirits in the spirit deck. I was like, how does this work? What's going on? But no
And how
wonder I
did they
didn't have
win?
enough souls to expend.
yeah. So, that's the nature right now. We have organized play and worlds and whatnot, and I think that yeah, there's room to grow as long as they do it in the right way, I guess. But some of the things that happened recently, like the change from cardio, seems interesting. That they changed to a totally new system and format for reasons that they have yet to explain why. We have our issue.
They did
We have
explain.
our.
Yeah,
Did they explain finding?
Yeah,
You know, I know we
it
have
was-
our idea of what's happening.
yeah. Cardio was
Go ahead.
overseeing the Pixelborn team to create Clash, and from the email that everybody got sent, it was sort of like the funds from the Kickstarter were sent to Cardio to pay Pixelborn to make the client and make Clash and everything like that. And essentially, Cardio has just taken the money and gone, yeah, fuck you, and ran away. Essentially, that's like the TLDR of it. They'd not paid the Pixelborn team, so the Pixelborn team was like, well, if you're not paying us, I'm not going to do any work, sort of thing. Then there was a new CEO got involved with Cardio, and they've said that they wanted more money. So they were just taking the piss, basically. So currently, as it stands, Clash is in hiatus until Kickstarter number 3 comes out. We need to bring Clash back. That'll be
Where they pay them directly
yeah,
and not through an
that'll be
intermediary.
November
That's
time
how
when
you
that
should do it
Kickstarter comes
anyway.
out. So keep
You
an
should
eye
never
out,
go through an
November.
intermediary. I'm telling you, I do this for a living. You don't. I'm a creator by trade. Do not go through an intermediary with your contract. Go direct. You want a creator to create for you. Go direct to the creator.
Yeah.
Get a contract with them. Don't go through an intermediary because this is what will happen.
Yeah,
The intermediaries
like Pixelborn were a part of Cardio previously, and they were contractually obligated to have to go through them, then that would make sense.
Right, but that's what I was saying though. Yeah, that would make sense, whatever. But if you're dealing with a creator and whatnot, and unless they are a creator for a specific company or have a contract with them as an exclusive contract, then yeah, you got to go through that company. But if you ever have the opportunity to go direct to a creator, go direct, because you're gonna get what you want. You're gonna have to pay them directly. Nobody gets butthurt unless you don't pay them, right? Everybody gets what they want out of it, and so everything works out. But like you said, may not always be the option. But in this case, he decided to, for whatever reason, go through Cardio for that, and Cardio did what they did, and Pixelborn did what they did, and Elestrals did what they did, and here we are with no clash and no tournament software that we were previously using, and now we have just proprietary software apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the reason why I didn't back Awakened, because been burnt once through Clash, and I was like, Clash is in an absolute state, so I'm not going to back Awakened because I know it's not the same developers, but it's still like, what if in 6 months' time, 8 months' time, it's dead and doesn't work, or
that's it.
anything like
that. 2 years in the until
end of 2027 is when Awakened is going to be fully released.
A year and a half yet on that.
People are going to get access to the. I think people are getting access to the open beta at the start of 2027. I think.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly the timeline.
But I mean, it looks like it's progressing fairly well. There are new updates, of course.
But there's still a long time for stuff to change, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a long time for things to go wrong.
Well, and also, from the world standpoint and everything, they had the updated version there. People were playing it and having a good time. So it sounds like they're moving forward and rightfully so. But me being the Elestrals pessimist, apparently.
That's me.
Well, we all are apparently. The Divine Council.
I've not been wondering yet.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. No, I think for the most part, I think if anything survives the Elestrals brand, it will be Awakened, because that's not in the hands of Dan directly. Not saying anything bad about Dan. He makes poor choices. But I think Shady Penguin has a dog in the fight. He's going to push it to be the best product it can be. Not saying that Dan doesn't do that. He just makes weird choices that we don't understand, but that's okay. But for the most part, I think that will be the one that survives it. If it goes away of the dojo or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think like the weird choices that you're like referring to is the speed of the game, like for the TCG.
Yeah, like
it's gone from really from slow. Then Firestorm, it's like whoa, super speed. We've hit the NOS. And then live stream was like, oh, we've double NOS, and now we've got a spaceship for Sunstrike.
Drift around the corner to boost your NOS back up whilst you're still NOSed in, and then you go again.
Yeah, you need for speed. You're drifting. Your boost gauge is going up, and yeah.
So you hit the loss on Firestorm, right? It's like, hey, we're going fast now. Yeah. And then you hit the booster rockets in Livestream.
Yeah. and now we're in hyperspace with Sunstrike. So
you see the TARDIS fly past.
Hey, God, glad.
But yeah.
Woo!
I mean, the game is speeding up stupid quick in like a very short amount of time, and it's not what people wanted. People liked this slower gameplay style, but it was the removal cards that made it not worth playing like 2-cost and 3-cost cards. Like having Earthquake at 3 made it so whilst it was at 3, if you just got a 2-cost out, it was going to die. You were basically guaranteed for it to be Earthquake.
Well, the first Premier I ever played in, I got Majesty out, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got the big boss guy out, I've won. And then it was just like Earthquake. And I was like, all right, I've got nothing.
Well, and the thing, okay, so the thing is that there are design choices and aesthetics he could have done to keep the game at the same or relatively the same, just slightly faster pace. But it still made 2s and 3s viable. As such, while keeping some of the removal, Earthquake is broken. There's no getting around that. We know this. It's a broken card. That's why it's limited to 1. I think it should be totally removed and replaced with a better removal card that is more structurally balanced for a slower game pace, right? Whether or not that happens, that's up to the powers that be.
The thing is, though, it's too late for that. Like that should have happened Daybreak. Like in Frostfall, we got Cryoling into Cryovern was like the fastest play you could do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I felt that felt sort of like balanced because not many people really played that strategy because the rest of the Frost cards were not very good. So you had Cryoling, Cryovern, and that was like your main strategy, and the rest of it was just random generic crap.
And now though the stuff from Frostfall has actually become very good because he's added some support to it. But at that time, you are correct. It was not that good. More Frost was fun, but it just couldn't win games because it wasn't as consistent.
There's just lots of things and everything just it's sped up too quick. So if your deck can't go fast now, then it's not gonna win games. Like you can't play 5s in this format because you will just get steamrolled by cards that can bump out a 2-cost that are gonna outstat your 5s guys. Even like with Mustation and Mustation, they are 6 stats on a 1-cost, but they still get beaten by the majority of 2-costs anyway. So even a low statted card that can cheat out a 2-cost, like with relative ease, is still gonna out a 6 statted 1-cost card. So being able to turbo out guys is kind of like the death of the game. Like having the odd 1 or 2 in like a certain strategy is fine. But
Viscerus is fine.
Yeah, Viscerus was okay.
Really strong.
Remember what I said about Sunstrike though, right? It was like, oh look, another card that specials out this card. These speed ascensions now is like everything in Champions, in the Divine Champions block, either cheats out or speeds out a 2 or 3 cost card, and so that by turn 2 or 3, 3 or 4, so I should say, by turn 3 or 4, which is the second turn for both players, you have your boss monster on the table. And in most cases, that's enough. You've already won at that point. You're overrunning your opponent because if they don't do it before you do it, you're going to win. And unless you have the out to get rid of that card and keep it out, you've basically just going to sit there and take it, right? And now with the low cost of Rise from the Shadows, and you just tech in some lunar spirits, and then use them to take damage early on, or to use them to pay for runes or whatever. Now you have them in the discard pile. All you need is 1 in your deck. Okay, Rise from the Shadows are going to bring that right back. It may not have an effect, but it's still a big freaking beast, right? It's a monster. Let's go.
It's just
run 4 lunar.
It's just the game has just gone way too fast.
So
and it's only going to get faster. There's no way to slow it down without completely banning or rotating everything out. But even a rotation, you'd still have to wait until there's more sets out to rotate all the cards that are stupid fast. Because if you were to just go rotation now, then we'd cut out base set. But then all the fast decks are just going to be uncontrolled because Gorgons is gone. So it wouldn't be until another 8 sets
What do you hear?
until the Divine's champion stuff was all gone, and then the game could be slowed down. Because like the way I'm trying to say it is like if the next set was like base set speed, for example, then no one's going to play it because why would you play base set speed when you've got Sunstrike speed? It's like there's no reason. So it's just
and what my point is that what should happen next, right, is at the end of set 8, right, there should be a factory set that fixes all the cards that need to be fixed, right? All the errata, all the updates, all that stuff. Factory set, do that, right? It's a set cost. You get play sets of all the cards that need to be fixed, and now they're fixed, right?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. But do that, right? Then you just say, this is the most recent printing. You must use these words on these cards, right? Whether you have them or not. That's how rotation typically works. You don't have to rotate nothing. You just put out a new set that fixes all the previous cards. You can still play with the previous cards, but you have to use the most recent printed text, right? So you have to know what that is. So that drives you to go and buy that factory set. So it has your updated Gorgons, your updated Sparket, updated all of the stuff, right? And then you do that, and then you start the next set, and you say, oh, by the way, because we did this set here, all that stuff that's in the base set block is not legal for for competitive play. It's Divine Champions and whatever the most recent sets are, and then just start doing that, because that way you could slow the game down. Yes, you're correct. They would continue to play all the Divine Champion stuff because it's uber fast, but as you print moving forward, you're going to phase that entire block of 4 sets out after you get through the next 4 sets. At the end of that one, Divine Champions is no longer legal, just these 4 sets and the factory set, and move forward, right? That's what I would do to try and mitigate the existing problems. Keep the ban list, keep the limit list, but you're going to be able to change it up to say, well, these sets are not legal. You can't play them in tournaments. You have to use the new stuff.
I think it's still too late, really, realistically.
No, I agree. It's too late for that, but because that groundwork should have been laid a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
I think next set, I think it slows down, but then like I said, you've still got the problem of having the cards from the set before.
It depends what or how they do it. Like, if some of them speed up, then it's going to be a problem. But there's going to be, I can say it now. Like, one of the decks is just going to be insane. It's going to be Stratamov, Locagon, speed.
You think? You're not thinking. So he's gone for the Locagon speed, and he's wanted that. So then obviously he's done the Stratamov stuff, but then in the meantime he's realised people hate that speed, but it's too late.
I don't think he's going to learn. To be honest, I don't think they're going to learn from the mistake of that, and the next ones are going to be stupid.
Look at the pattern too of what decks are super strong in each Divine Champions arc, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Firestorm, Majursa, that was the strongest deck out of that set, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was it was one of the featured. It was not even the featured out of that because, well, it was Hestia, but it was technically the featured. Okay, we'll go with that. But the next set was the water deck, which was a feature deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that was going on. But Wind is not featured in Sunstrike, but yet it's going to be the strongest deck out of everything, followed closely by Ares. I think Ares is going to be one of the other strongest decks out of that environment, right? So then we go down to Lunar and Frost are the features of the next one. And I think one of those two is going to be the one that's going to be the uber fast, super strong, out of the box deck.
To be honest, I think because we know that it's going to be Frost Lunar, and then we're going to be mixing it with we know what the elements are, don't we? I think
we can guess because it's one of the 2 elements.
I think Earth is one of them. It's going to be like the Demeter.
Yeah,
and then what's the other one?
One's going to be Demeter.
Zeus.
and the other one's going to be
No, we've already had Zeus with Firestorm.
We had Zeus.
no, we've already had Zeus. Yeah.
Demeter
not
and son of a bitch.
because we've already had.
Have we had Hermes?
Hold on.
We haven't had
Again.
Hermes, but Hermes was Firestorm.
But yeah, Hermes has had
It's
birds.
a Festus.
No, we've got Hephaestus in this one. In Sunstrike.
Oh, never mind. Then. Hold on.
Who is the last god?
Okay.
Apollo. No. Yes.
We've had Apollo.
No, we haven't.
Yes, it's Apollo. Yeah.
We've
that's
not
the
had
only
a
one.
starter deck of Apollo. That's what
No, we
I'm,
haven't.
that's what we're on about.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Apollo
So,
and
Apollo and Demeter and
Demeter.
Lunar and Frost.
Yeah.
With the new divines for them.
So one of those is
four,
going to be a extremely broken strategy.
It's going to be Demeter. I'm going to tell you right now.
I say Demeter.
It could be Demeter. Demeter's just missing like 2 or 3 cards for it to be good.
Yeah, we need a Clovey or a Sacrosaur Demeter champion. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only one of them comes out.
Yeah, if only. I mean, we never know.
We'll see.
It could do anything.
Something
Like,
to do with, special cast
Okay.
or something.
yeah, if like the Clovey could special cast itself out, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
We also, just remember, we also do not have champion Pantera.
I don't think we're gonna get that.
We have,
This set
we have
was the
updated
chance.
Pantera.
This set was the chance for it
Yep.
because they'd shown the Hydrate, but not having a champion Pantera, and
No.
obviously we know Apollo. It's not going to be an Apollo card, surely. It'd be a bit weird. If anything, it would have been a Zeus
It would
card,
have to
like
be
Basic
for
Awakened.
Hermes. It would have to be a wind divine. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there is a new
Maybe-
Pantera in there. I can't remember
Maybe
it
it's
is,
the lunar.
Hmm.
Maybe it's the lunar divine.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's the champion of.
Well, they've already been announced. I looked in the Discord. We already know what the next 2 divines are, so we can freely say them. I can unbleep the other podcast. Yeah. We already know. It's been announced, and somebody else leaked it, not me. But it's Hades is the Frost, and Athena is the Luna.
Yeah.
So nobody's listening this far on anyway in the podcast. So what does it matter? We could say anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Well, you know what? I'm still professional. I try to be professional. Sometimes I fail, especially after I've been drinking a bit, which I have not.
Well, I've signed no
been sober.
paperwork, so I can leak whatever I want.
Yeah, and I'm sober, so I'm not able to
Hey,
leak
so am I.
anything because I'm sober.
I'm
about
drinking
leaks?
peach sparkling water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I am being healthy-ish.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those two that if Pantera is a champion, it's not going to be of a wind divine. It's going to be one of those two, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think we get Pantera.
Well,
I think it comes out
no,
in the
it's
next
not,
title.
I already know. I
Awakened.
already know that the Trifernal line is the Frost.
Yes, I think
So-
that has been leaked as well. That the Trifernal, all that sort of stuff is. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be a champion title,
Yeah.
or it's just going to be a
it's-
Nexus form and just be Frost as it is. But it would
it
make
could be
sense for
both.
it to be a titled version.
It's going to be both.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, but it could be both.
There's going to be a new version. It might even be those ice dinosaurs that even
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was about to
the ice
It's been
dinosaurs that
leaked
was
again.
shown.
Yeah, it's been hinted again on it on one of the packs you can get from.
Yeah, it's in the
yeah.
Neandersloth artwork as well.
Yeah.
The Neandersloth is attacking the
So
the dinosaur.
The thing is that might be that line that is associated with Frost, but also the fire line of Trifernal is associated with that divine. So I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and
We'll
see.
see.
I mean,
we'll see.
that set will
We'll
probably be coming
start
out
seeing-
September, I would guess, or October.
Oh, we'll start seeing previews of it probably in
Oh,
May or
yeah.
June. I mean,
Yeah.
That's just kidding. I mean, we never know.
I mean, we'll just Matt will just leak all the cards again. I am joking. If anybody hears that,
It's all right. He'll fall off his chair again and break his arm, so it's all fine.
He'll break his other arm. How about that? Yeah. Or a leg. He'll break a leg falling off a chair. I don't know how you do that, but okay.
Yeah, he'll do something stupid and hurt himself. in ways
So-
that you just wouldn't imagine that a security guard would hurt himself.
Well, yeah, I don't know. So I do believe that brings us up to our time for the day.
Yeah, I think that's basically everything that we needed to. Well, not even needed to, but we just wanted to
Yeah.
discuss. Really, I
Yeah.
mean, there's nothing else other than Cayman's obligatory comment that he's going to say now.
I've got nothing to say.
Oh well, there you go. And like,
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's not gonna expound on some political BS. So, well, at that point, then I'll just say, well, we've had a great time talking about stuff with you guys. If you enjoy our podcast, please like, share, follow, all that bullshit. And also, hey, join us on the Patreon. We would really appreciate having a little bit of feedback there. Or you can just send us an email to our email box, which is the Divine Council 2024@gmail.com.
I didn't know we had an email.
Yeah, we do.
We probably have a PO
and
box that just
also-
goes straight to your address as well.
Yeah.
Send us cards, and then Jameson just like piled up with cards.
You know what? You want to send me cards? I will take your cards happily. I don't care. I will build a house out of it. That's perfectly fine. Hey,
It'd be stronger than normal American wooden houses.
Yeah, wooden houses. Yeah. Well, see, as I say all the time, though, if you don't want your bulk, send it to me, and just give me a reasonable price on shipping, and I'll take it. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. You want to get rid of those dollar stellars that you're sitting on? Sure, I'll take them. Let's go. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
we have all the things covered there. Obviously, this is going to be on Astronight's YouTube channel.
Yeah. Don't forget to
so
like,
if you
comment,
are not watching
subscribe.
it there-
Tell us your favourite part if you've even made it this far. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
donate to us.
Yeah.
Put in the comments the
we
word
were-
peach from my sparkling water, and we'll see if you actually made it this far into the podcast.
Yeah.
We'll know if you didn't because you won't have put the comment of peach.
Yep.
or that's if you comment at all, it'll be fine.
Also, that too.
All right. So with that, I want to thank you guys for sticking with us this far into the podcast, and we will see you all
That's it.
next time.
Goodbye.
Your uncle. Or is